to make it look like what they have in mind.
Join us on our lens on Women Radio 91.7 FM.
How do we stop crime in the society? Because at the end of the day, if a man cannot provide for his wife anymore, he looks for all that means.
We should address Nigerian problems.
We should not.
Our lens every Monday to Friday by 9:05 a.m. as women across Nigeria tackles trending issues, one honest, thought-provoking discussion at a time. Because when women speak, the world listens.
All right, a very beautiful morning to you. Thank you so much for staying with us right here on your Women Radio WFM 91.7. I hope your day is starting off well. I hope you're feeling great. Today is the 10th day in the month of February 2026. Yeah, I want to say 5. So, I hope we're getting ready for the love day. I mean, the Valentine's Day is around the corner. Don't get pressured. Don't get too... don't get too pressured. Let me just leave it at pressure. Don't get too pressured, okay? You have a loved one you don't have yet. Anyway, don't worry. You can celebrate yourself. Celebrate the love that you get to experience every day from your parents, friends, and just people around you. People that sincerely care about you. You can definitely go ahead and celebrate with them. All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7. You're welcome to the program Highlands, right here on Women Radio. Now, Her Lens is a program where we get to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues on Women Radio. So this morning, I have the ladies of Her Lens with me. Let's start up with Susan. How are you, Susan? How is the day going for you? Hi, Susan. Can you hear me?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Madam Bimbo. Good morning, Buki FA. Good morning, Helen's family. I'm fine. I'm good. Thank God.
Yeah, it's good to have you with us this morning. And of course, we have a guest joining us today. But before we bring her in, Buki, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I hope you did not see the connection that was going between me and the guest. You know, when we were doing signal.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
Good morning, Alan's family. Good morning. It's a bright day. It's a bright day. More so that when I saw the name, I said, okay, Rose, you're bringing my family member, you're bringing my friend, you're bringing my schoolmate. All three join the world.
Yeah. This is definitely going to be interesting today.
So I didn't even tell her. Funny enough, was it not 2 weeks ago or last week we were chatting, and I was asking her, I won't let that cat, she will say it herself, I would say that, are we not going to do this thing again and all that. I didn't know that she was going to be here today. So it's a bright morning for me. Good morning, Alan's family. Madam Susan, what did happen today now? Show Shelly. All right. And then, of course, our WFM family want to say good morning. And, of course, to our guests. I know the proper accord, will be sent to you, but, make I do my own now, as far where they come from. Bimbo, it's nice seeing you. This thing, I will come steal them for your house. This thing. I will come and
thank you very much, Buki. It's good to have you here and to hear from you this morning. So yes, our guest today is Barrister Bimbola Lanre Balogun. She's a public service enthusiast, and of course she's a lawyer. You can hear it from her name, the title on her name. So we're happy to have her join us and to also give us her views on the things that we'll be talking about this morning. Good morning, Barrister Bimbola. It's good to have you here. I can see Buki that's smiling from ear to ear when she saw you. So yeah, this is home for you.
Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Buki. Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Women FM. Thank you very much for having me here. It's so exciting. Well, like she said, I spoke to her last week, and then when I saw her picture on your banner, I said, no, I'm not going to tell her. I'm going to surprise her this morning when she sees me. So that's why I didn't call her. So that I'll be on this morning on Women Radio. Thank you very much. I've gone through the series of episodes that you've done, and believe me, I'm so excited, super, super excited to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning. It's good to have you here too. All right. So, Helen's family. You just heard the voice of Barrister Bimbola this morning, and of course, she'll be joining us on the show for today. So, yeah, a couple of things that we have to talk about. But feel free to send in WhatsApp and text messages to 070 or 08155 and you can watch us live on YouTube at WFM 917. All right, we're live on YouTube at WFM 917. Follow us on our other social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, X at WFM 917. Okay, feel free to drop your comment and be a part of the conversation. All right, let's head on to start up with this particular one. This one, we don't hear them. We don't see where we don't hear them, but at the end of the day, what does it really mean to us? And I like the fact that somebody else came out to counter this, to say that, oh, okay, it's not that women don't support women, women show support. So, a popular actress on social media came out to say that most men prefer working with men, and sadly, many women also prefer working with men. Then we turn around and ask why we are not going further. Why there aren't more women in government, more women in leadership, more women succeeding at the highest level of society. Now, this is her own thoughts coming from the actress, the popular actress. So, but somebody else got to reply her and told her that, well, it's not about that. We have women who have actually supported other women. You have women who have actually uplifted other women. So let's stop pushing this wrong narrative that women don't support women. As far as there are bad men, there are also bad women. When you have, at the end of the day, bad people, are everywhere. So you can't say, oh, because it's just women that are bad when it comes to this. We also have good women who are, supporting, and good women who are doing things for other women too. Just as much as you have bad men who are not doing stuff, or other people don't like to work with them. So I'd just like to have our thoughts on this, and then let's get to bury this in the 2026. Let us know what we are. The year is still pretty relatively new, so maybe we just try bury this thing. Women supporting women. Women support women. Is that why we're not having more women in leadership positions and all of that? So Buki, I'll start with you on this. Let's have your thoughts on this, because this is not the first time I'm talking about it on her lens. But if this keeps coming out, then we have to keep talking about it and keep correcting the narrative until we get to a better place and see a better generation of women coming up, supporting ourselves and getting there.
Okay, so I think it's an issue of perspective, and it's an issue of your own personal experience. While you were talking, I just said, okay, come, let me even explain myself. Where are the women that have supported me? And I started from my mom. I looked at my mom's life, how she and her friends, they supported one another in the nursing career, when she traveled abroad, when she came back, when she got married, when she had us as children, in the church. And then, of course, I now looked at my own life, when I started, because I started from the banking career. It was a woman who mentored me. And then from that woman, then there was another point where a woman also mentored me and really pushed me, And I looked at my own life and I said, okay, have I done the same? And I realized that over the years, I've been pushing women, I've been pushing them, that you must get to this place. You must get to this place. Even right now, women work with me. And I think it's 50-50. So for me, it's more of your experience, and then your perspective, your mindset. And then I also now remember that, okay, where did this slogan come from? Women do not support women. And I realized, and I'll be honest, I realized that somebody mentioned it and it stuck in my head. And honestly, one or two times I've actually said it. I did not reflect on my own journey. It was more like, okay, somebody said it and it stuck. Women do not support. But honestly speaking, it is a lie. It is a lie. And I'm happy that I went through that route, that women do not support women. I remember, I'm going to bring it in now, Bimbo. During our last, foray into politics, immediately I saw her name, I got up, and I was telling people up and down the whole place, because for us is that, okay, women, I mean, it's a woman. And I'm looking back and I'm saying that, where did this thing come from? Possibly because from the political era, I don't know. I've not ventured into politics, so maybe Bimbo would say that. But in terms of leadership, in terms of business, women have supported business. Maybe from the angle of media where this person is coming from, I do not know. But from my own experience and what I see around, women support women. Maybe the only thing is the fact that a woman who wants to be mentored, who wants to be supported, you have to do what you need to do to be supported. You know, in Yoruba, when you want to carry a baby, they say, you understand that it is a child. You want to carry a child. If the child does not stretch, you want to force the child, you understand? But when the child sees that you are coming and he says, oh, and you too, you have stretched your hand, easily. Maybe it's possible that there had been a time when women wanted to support women, or a particular woman wanted to support a woman, and was saying, stretch your hand now. Okay, you want me to promote you, right? You want me, I mean, you are my head of department. You want me to recommend you, for the next promotion. But meanwhile, you are not scoring anything. Your KPIs, you have not met anything. You are not even improving yourself. How do you want me to support you? Maybe that is the only thing that gives concern. And I'm happy today that women are smashing the ceilings. It is only if not want to do anything. I mean, let's face the brutal fact. Women are ready to support. Even men are supporting women, and women are supporting women. Yesterday, I was still harassing somebody. I said, you must go and do your ICANN. I don't want you to be a bookkeeper. I told him, I said, I will harass you until you do your ICANN. He laughed, and I mean it. So I like to stop here that women support women. I think it's time we need to begin to let people know and let it be in our subconscious that women support women. I'd like to stop here. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Buki. So Buki is saying that let us kill that thing. Women support women. At the end of the day, when you do the right things, do we have a call? Hello, good morning. Oh, okay. So when we support each other, we actually get there. So let's get to hear from you this morning. Let's get to hear your thoughts on this. 07000 917 917. You can also dial 09155 917 917. Those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning. What are your thoughts on women opposing women? Do women oppose women? Do we support each other? This is 2026. Can we talk about this and maybe just get this issue once and for all? Just deal with it and let us move forward. Okay. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is the program Highlands, where we get to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. And it's 21 minutes after 9 right here on Women Radio. So please do well to call us, get to hear from you this morning. All right, let's go to Barrister right now. Barrister, let's get your thoughts on this. Knowing fully well that you have gone through different leadership positions, in Ogun State, and where you are right now, in terms of your career, what would you say about this statement? Women are women's biggest critique. I'm sure you've heard about that a lot. Women do not support women. Women do not do this for other women. All of that. Even in our religious gathering, to get to hear that. Even in our home, to get to hear that. After all, now mother-in-law, now they do daughter-in-law. After all, now sister-in-law, now they do sister. So you get to hear all of this in every facet of the society. So how we want to take do am? Or is this true, or should we just find a way to kill this and move on? Because I mean, if you're a bad person, you're still a bad person. If you know they support anybody, you still know they support anybody. So let's get to hear from you, Barrister. Let's hear your thoughts on this.
Good morning once again, Harlins, and I'm so excited to be here. Well, I'm going to take it same way Buki did from my own personal experiences, and I'll divide it into two. When I was in the banking sector and when I became a public servant. When I was in the bank, the two women that I worked with supported me all through. And I can remember vividly that my post, being posted to admin and personnel, was engineered by a woman. And they gave me all the support, you know, as the head of training department. So sometimes when I hear it happened to me, maybe later on, which I will get to. But this thing, women not supporting women, yes, you probably, we can talk about it and then improve on it. And then probably, you know, have a small campaign to sensitize our people. When you help your fellow women, there's no way you will not advance. That is why you see that. Now, talking about politics, which, of course, I'm a politician. When I got into politics, I saw that it wasn't the same thing. Because, number one, the grassroots people, I won't say it's not because of education, but it's just their own way of life. They would rather support the men than you. Even if you tell them you're going to do this, you're going to do that for them, they will tell you, okay, no problem. But they will come and tell you that they would rather support the men. Why they do that, I do not know. But let me tell you what I have done, you know, in promoting women. Because when I found myself in a position that I knew that, yes, I could advance the cause of women, I did. I made sure that when I was the woman leader for my party then, I said, okay, all councillors, at least there must be 2 women on board. I made sure that for ward chairman, if a man is the chairman, we should have a female vice chairman. You know, so I was able to at least push 2-3 women to become councillors, because I told them that let's start from the basics so that we will know that, okay, if we have 2-3, we now have 4, 5, 6, we can increase the numbers. You understand? But when it comes to voting, you all know that women has more voting powers. You know, we have the percentage of women that come out to vote, we are more. But we found out that some of us that come out to participate in elections, at the end of the day, the women fail us. They will always vote the men. Why? I do not know. Even in office, when you're in the office and you're trying, you know, to advance your cause, and a woman is on top, it's hardly very difficult to find somebody say, okay, Bimba, come, let's go and see somebody who will. No, that one I know. Well, we don't want to dwell on the past. We now, in 2026, we should be able to say, look, enough of that narrative. I had when I went through what you sent to me, there was somebody who said, what are you doing to stop that? You know, it might be our own personal relationship with other women that has caused what she said, women don't support women. Yes, sometimes when I'm driving, I probably will allow women to pass. But when it's my turn, you see them, they will hold the steering. No way, you're not going anywhere. And I laugh. So I still do it because I know that one day it will get to them. It was a woman that stopped for me. So me too, I'll stop for the next woman. You know, maybe we'll just try and, you know, inculcate that into our daily lives. But like I said, it depends on your own personal experience. I've said my own personal experience on both divides. But right now that we are in a democratic setting, we need to stop that narrative that women don't support women. Whatever we need to do on this platform to make sure that we are supporting each other, both in our career life, in our political life, we have to do it. So I'll stop right now adding them. Allow people to comment them. Continue. Thank you very much. This is up.
It's from Women Radio. They will
Okay.
join back. They will join back. Susan, I go hear your story
Susan,
too.
how are you? Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm fine, thank you,
Barrister, for giving us your take on that from the different angles that you came from the bank, the public sector, and what you actually did to support women. And yes, this could be quite, relative according to your kind of experience. So maybe this lady that is talking about this came from a point of, oh, so far in my career in, the film industry, I've not had so much women support me. But then again, how much of support has she herself given to others? Because that's the fact that she's not telling us, So, but then let's get to hear from Susan. Susan, from your own perspective and how you get to relate with different kinds of people every day. Now you NYC, now you teach, now you climate, now you advocate, now everywhere. Susan Day. Governance, so Susan Day. So I mean, Susan is like all round. PWDs or people living with disabilities or Susan Day there. So I mean, all round. Susan is all round. So give us that, from your perspective, what do you think about, this particular mindset that we have? Women don't support women, women oppose women don't vote for women. And I'm sure that you have gone to you have gone to Val conference like twice now that I'm aware of. And these are the things that we get to talk about, bridging that gap between urban and rural women, female politicians, and, women, female voters, from rural communities coming together, bridging that gap so that we're able to know ourselves and vote for ourselves and know what we should do or what not, what we shouldn't do. So talk to us from that perspective and all of it.
Thank you, Rose. I think you were just in my thoughts because one of the things I reflected when Barrister was speaking was Val Conference 2024. So for me as a person, I would say it's a 50-50 thing. I have been in different spaces. Women have helped me. Men have also helped me. When you are Oyibo Pepe like me, like this, once you knock your makeup like this, one man see you, they want to quickly, but the truth is, this narrative has stayed for so long and it's not going to go away until we begin to address it. And that's what Women Radio is actually doing. Men have helped me, women have helped me. I've also had instances where I actually wish that I don't have a female boss, in all honesty, because I have things move swiftly. Because you just speak to a male boss and he sees reason, he just asks you why. Once you give him tangible reasons why this is needed, you are good to go. But with a woman, it looks as if it is competition. It looks as if, oh, you are trying to this, that. So again, I agree with the first speakers who have said it depends on your perspective and your encounter and the people you encounter. This has to do with personality. Be that as it may, there are also women who are intentionally helpful, supportive. They don't want to know whether you are reciprocating. They are just there to hold your hand. One of the things I learned from VOW Conference 2024, and this came out strongly, we were talking about politics. Of course, we had people from the rural area and all of that. One of the things they pointed out was that the men would always come back. The men would always come back, even after the elections, to interact, to do this and do that, that the women folks do not do that. So the women folks believe, oh, I'm too much. You would see a man coming back, trying to do certain things with them, that these things do not happen with the women folks. This was what the rural dwellers said. And so it was also a call to action for the women to do better. It's not enough to come to them only when you need their votes. Do you build bridges? Are you consistent in the interactions we have? And I think this should cut across. We've also said it severally on her lens, that the fact that a person comes out on social media to put out something does not mean it's a statement of fact until proven otherwise. If we have a poll where we have several women speaking, you will hear different angles to this conversation. You have people who have been supportive. You will hear people who men and women like myself have been supportive, and you hear people who women have been mostly supportive. So it's also important that we do not just hear one side of a story, or maybe because someone puts out something online and we just take it hook, line, and sinker. We need to also look inwards. Who have been in a circle of influence? Who have been those people who over the years have been very supportive, even within the disability community where I am a part of? I have had men support me, and I've also had women support me. So for me, I would not totally tilt towards women. No, I would not. And for me, anybody who knows me, if you go through my platforms and everything, I am passionate about inclusion generally, but I have this caveat when it comes to women and girls with disabilities because of the level of inequalities that come in this space. And that is why, no matter what, this, I believe, are my immediate constituency before I move to the larger space. So I think it's a call for every woman to look inwards. Which woman are you supporting? It doesn't have to be something big. It could just be mentorship. It could just be giving them a kind word. It doesn't have to be maybe you're buying car, no. And I think this is where we are getting it wrong, because we always have this at the back of our mind. People have said it over time. And like Mambuki said, it has a way of sticking. I don't allow such things to stick in my head. I have my own experiences. I want to encounter people. I want to see them for who they are. If there are people who support other women, absolutely. We would always say, yes, these women have always supported other women, so that we don't just generalize, as it were. But I have had men and women who have been helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you too, Suzanne. And I like the fact that, in your daily dealings, you have had men, you have had women who supported you. And for the fact that we get to hear these things, like Suzanne said, it's not going to end until we do something about it, because we're still going to keep hearing this thing from generation to generation, except we do something about it to stop this from going on. And what can we do? As you are climbing the ladder, be supporting other people. It's not like you get to one part you get to one particular space and you don't want to continue the support, or you don't want other women to get to where you are, or you will say, I mean, wait so far reach this place. Waiting, you know waiting I face before I reach here, and you just want me to do can we just be kind to ourselves? Because aside from being there, aside from all of the things that we get to face as women, that comes biologically to us, do we still need to be quarreling ourselves and be fighting ourselves? Like, we have enough headache. Are we talking about childbirth? Are we talking about marriage life? Are we talking about living single as a single person in our society? You being a woman alone in the society itself is enough wahala for you. Talk more of you not come and add, adding pain to another woman, knowing fully well that our struggle is almost same. As per say you be woman where they stay this society, whether you be person with disability or not, just say you be woman safe, you get that one already. So why should we be adding pain to each other? Why should I be a source of pain, or why should I be somebody that will be drawing you back when I know that there are a lot of other things that we get to face, that is common to all of us? So why should I then stand at that point and want to hinder good things from coming to you, or and all of that? So I think we can do better as women. We can do better as women, as long as we have qualified people. We have women who can get the job done. Why not put them in the leadership positions? Because that's it. If you know that woman A can get the job done, why not get her there? If you know that woman B can get the job done, why not get her there? Because the men that we are voting for, most of them don't get the job done. Some of them get the job done, and yet they are there. So why don't we get our own who can get the job done, who understand our own struggles, who understand our own pain, who understand where we are coming from, and is able to make decisions or take decisions that would make us better, that will make our lives better and ease a lot of the stress that we get to go through. I mean, it's just a lot. Well, this is your Women Radio, WFM 91.7. It's 20 minutes to 10 right here on Women Radio. And this is the program I Learned. So we get to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here on Women Radio. And we do this Monday to Friday from 9:05 a.m. We get to start up and talk about different issues right here on the program. So you can be a part of it by dialing 07000 917 917. You can also go ahead and dial 09155 917 917. Please feel free to send us WhatsApp messages to 070 or 08155 917 917. So last week we were talking about was it last week or last 2 weeks? Well, we talked about some of the things that developments going on in Ogun State, and all of that, and the kind of remark that the governor came out to say. And then, yesterday, Winabo posted a picture of, developments going on in Magboro. And that actually caught my attention. So I think it's best when we come here. Now, if you do bad thing, we will bash you for here. If you do good one, we will tell you well done. Now, the one we serve for here. So it's good that we're seeing that level of work going on in Magboro. And we are really excited because Magboro is one of the places where road, if you didn't mention road, Susan, don't put Magboro inside. Don't put Magboro inside when it comes to road. I mean, a lot of places like that in Ogun State, but when we see things like that happening around the Magboro, I think it's good. And it's good we also laud it. And, we say well done to Ogun State government for doing that. And we hope that this kind of development reach other places too in Ogun State, especially where we know say road not today like that. So I just thought let's mention that before we head on to the next one. I know if you've been about there now, she will talk because she received fire that day. But hey, now this next one is almost in relation to what we just discussed. Now this man got an employment for this kind Nigeria where employment they had to see. You see job to work. Say your boss now woman, you can't say nope, you are no longer interested and you can't work under a woman. Like it be like say you never stay house tire. That's just the thought that came to my mind. I'm like, this one, the house never tire you. Or maybe you have other options, that's why. So this is somebody saying, a man saying he can't work under a woman. Now this could also bring a lot of thoughts to mind, because you also get to hear a lot of people say, oh, my female boss is mean. My female boss is this, is that, is that. In fact, me, I don't want to work on that. And sometimes you hear women still say the same thing, But then you don't understand the struggles of that woman who is there, because she needs to probably prove herself times two than a man would in the same position that the woman is in. So a lot of things could actually contribute and make the woman maybe become the kind of person that some people don't want to work under. And I mean, it's anyway. Let me just leave that thought and let the ladies get to say what they think about this. So Susan, let's start with you on this one. What's your thought on this? On this man saying he got a job, and when they told him, oh, please to inform you that you've been selected with job offer, kiniko, blah blah blah, and gave him details and all of that, and they told him, and best regards, coming from the HR who he's going to be working under, and the next thing he says, hey, Mrs. And the lady said, yes, any problem with that? He says, I can't work under a woman, I would pass. And then he blocked the contact immediately. So what do you think is going on here? Because, I mean, if I say work, he maybe get plenty of options. Because now where unemployment just do like this. You see job, you say because of woman, work. No. Maybe, because I don't know what this ego you are bringing into the employment space. But go ahead, Susan.
I was born 2 years away from 50. Since I was born, my mom worked in the private sector. Oh. A child who has been raised by a HR mom is speaking to you. So imagine the thousands of people who have gone through my mom.
Yeah.
Over the years. For me, that's reeks of patriarchy. That is not I will pass. What do you mean? Is she the one going to pay you? She's just the HR. Come on, most of the organizations where we work, the HR is led by women.
Yeah.
What are you saying? So for me, it's coming from. I don't want to believe it's coming from patriarchy, not necessarily its interaction. What if the head of your department, as it were, is a female? Do your job, earn your salary, and move. I have seen so many people. I remember last year when I was trying to contest for a particular position here in the FCT, you know what people were saying, including women like myself, for the umbrella body for persons with disability. One, they said I was not from North Central. Two, they said, oh, she's a woman and a Christian. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? This is a position that is not paid. And people are bringing out these things. Talk more of a paid position. For me, I think people need to move their mindset from all of these things. Dear me, female bosses, yes. We also have mean male bosses. That is how I live. We also have mean male bosses, but he is not coming from that angle. If he had come from that angle, for me, I would understand it a bit. I feel it is reeking of patriarchy. What do you mean? So if all women now come out and say, I can't work under a man, what happens? Let's be honest. What is good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah.
You can't just come out and say certain things. And while he is rejecting, there are 1,001 other people who need that job to survive. So we need to be honest here. So people need to start shifting their mindsets. Even when you've had a bad experience, it doesn't mean that all other female bosses will also be mean to you. We need to have this mindset shift. And that is why this awareness coming from Women Radio Highlands is timely. We need to have a mindset shift. We don't need to keep dwelling, oh no, he's a woman, oh no, he's a man, I can't. No. This is 2026 for crying out loud. Why would we even be doing such things? So I think it's high time we begin to keep having this conversation on and on. That man does not need a job. If he needed a job, my sister, as Yoruba will say, he would have taken it and run with it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Suzanne, for your thoughts on this. We do appreciate, where you're coming from before, with this. All right, so Barrister, let's hear your thoughts on this. Knowing fully well also that you've led a good number of, different positions in different industries, banking and now in the public sector. So when you hear this kind of reports, yeah, the guy we just gave a plot and say no, he can't work under you, and and he leaves. What comes to mind? And how do you think we can move forward from such kinds of mindsets? Barrister, you're muted. Standing on mute so I can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rose.
Yeah.
I think for me, that man, I think, is just full of ego. Because you've not even tried working under her to see whether she's going to be mean to you or not. Even if you've had experiences of mean female bosses. This is a brand new person that you want to work with, and without you even starting, you've already made up your mind that you cannot work under her. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think it's good. And then maybe he's not under pressure to look for work. Maybe he's still finding it easy. But let's put that aside. If he was the head of HR, is it telling me that all he's going to employ will be men? He will have a male-dominated HR. For him, that means he can't even. For him to say he cannot work under a female, that means he cannot even allow female to work under him, because maybe that's the kind of person he is, and But let's put that aside. Like I said, I've been in HR, and the head of HR then was a woman, and we had male working under her, and I don't think because of your gender, there's going to be a different kind of treatment when you work in an organization. Like Susan said, it's not going to affect your salary. What is going to affect you is your performance. You have not even started a job for you to see your performance and say, okay, I did very well, but because I have a female boss, she's not, giving me good recommendations when it comes to what do we call it? So for him, I think it's just a matter of ego, and I'm a man, I cannot take, and that is even affecting the political side too. You will tell you that we cannot have female governors because we cannot bow down to a female. So I don't know, but like I said, this platform is going to help us synthesize a lot of things. That is this women supporting women syndrome. That is, there must be a paradigm shift, because if not, we continue like that. We also have male bosses that are very, very, tough, that can't even get anything past them. But like I said, I've been lucky. I've worked under a male boss. I was okay. I've worked under a female boss. I was okay. So men have supported me. Female have supported me, even though sometimes I don't get the same treatment in return. But that will not still stop me, because I know that if we continue doing it, we'll get to a point that at least we'll, be able to have a higher percentage of, women supporting women. Now I want to take us back to the lady who said women do not support women. She's an artist, and I think I've followed her, for a very long time. She started her TV station and everything. Who does she support as a woman? Even in that her field, I know that a lot of our fellow artists are not with her. So she too has to work on herself to support the women in that industry, so that she will get, it's reciprocal. She will get the same treatment she has given to other artists, female artists. Because if you look at her story and everything, you see that not many female artists are on board with her. So I would like to say that Women Radio is doing a fantastic job. Harlens is doing a fantastic job. Please, let's continue to advocate for this women supporting women issue, so that, like I said, we'll have higher percentage of, compliance, and, there'll be unity amongst women. Because I will always say it in politics, why I tend to support more women is this. I know that if they make money, it still goes back to the house, the home.
Yeah.
I tell them, some will come, yawa, bring like basically money, yes, because to back when she has her money. Around the shaking, Jule, and the batik won't be a palole, they was you know. So those are the things that we should put in mind that look, if you support a woman, you're supporting a nation. Because from there, she's going to take care of her children, she's going to take care of the home, and she has more responsibilities on her shoulder. So please, we have to advocate this women supporting women to, come to the top. It's not easy. Like anywhere you find yourself, you have to work twice as hard as your male counterparts. And that's what we're trying to be there. For a woman to be on top, she will have worked 3-4 times harder than a man. She will have tried many times to prove herself that, yes, I can do this job and I can do it very well. They say what a man can do, a woman can equally do it more better. So except we have that in our, mind that, look, the women, if you put them in leadership role, they will perform twice as better as their male counterpart. And that I know, and it's happening. You can see all our women, occupying spaces now. They're thriving, they're doing all they can to make sure that, yes, things are done right. So, for that man, I think it's just an ego problem because he hasn't even started the job. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Barrister. So, Vicky, just, wrap up the conversation for us in a minute.
Yeah. But it's fine. I mean, the ladies have spoken, Barrister has spoken. It's an ego thing. It's a mindset thing. A woman is the one kneeling down for me, bringing my food, carrying water into the bathroom for me. So why would this same gender now be my boss? That's his problem. But I think in wrapping up, Barrister has said that what are we doing? And I think Susan also mentioned, and that is where I want to wrap up that, yes, maybe in terms of politics, we need to do more. But for other areas, family, you see women supporting women, they are everywhere. But I think for politics, I think we need to really do more. And it's more of that patriarchal thing, that mindset that we have that a woman cannot go there and lead. Can a woman do meetings in the midnight? Can a woman go to, all those funny things? But I think we are breaking it gradually. Look at how many ladies do we have as MDs of the bank? It was not like that before. How many ladies do we have as parastatals, heads, heads of organizations, even to start a business? The numbers are increasing every day. So whatever we have done in these spheres of influence, we need to move into the politics. And I think one of the things we need to do for women, now that 2027 is here, women, vote for women. That should be the slogan. Vote for women. However, the women that are also coming must have capacity. They should be able to own their onions and say, yes, I can do it. Why would I vote for a woman who will just be carrying pancake and not doing the job? You understand? So we should use that. Women, for me, any woman where I see, except if you do not have the capacity, I will vote for you. And I think that should be the slogan. Women, vote for women, and then women, make sure you get them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Vicky. I like the passion that you used to finish it. And we'll just wrap it up, on that note. And, let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing. When you know that your fellow woman is there trying to get somewhere and you have what it takes to support her and push her forward, please try to do so by all means. All right, thank you so much, ladies. Barrister, thank you for coming on the program today. I hope you had a great time with us.
Yes, I do. I did. Thank you. Good to see you. Susan, good to see you too. We'll link up after the program. Yes, thank you very much.
Sure.
You all should have a great day and enjoy the rest of the week, especially for you, Barrister. But for Buki and Susan, we'll be back here tomorrow morning, God's willing, to take on the program Highlands. So do also have a great day ahead.
Right then, thank you. Bye.
So that's where we wrap it up for today on the program. Do want to stay with us right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who tuned in to listen to Highlands. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Do want to have a great day.